White House adds Jane Fonda to expanding list of celebrity targets with scathing message. The breakdown of the conflict. The recent, highly publicized clash between Oscar-winning actress and longtime activist Jane Fonda and the White House stems from Fonda's relaunch of a major historical advocacy group dedicated to defending free speech. The White House, in turn, responded with a scathing attack that deliberately invoked Fonda's most controversial past political actions. 1. The catalyst relaunching the Committee for the First Amendment on Wednesday, October 1, 2025, the 87-year-old Jane Fonda announced the immediate relaunch of the Committee for the First Amendment, CFA. This group was originally co-founded by her father, Henry Fonda, in 1947 to oppose the McCarthy-era House Un-American Activities Committee, HUAC, and protect artists from being blacklisted for alleged communist sympathies. Fonda's rationale. In her public statements and letters to the Hollywood community, Fonda stated that she felt compelled to revive the committee because the current political climate, specifically under the Trump administration, represents the most frightening moment of my life. The committee's allegation. The CFA's mission statement, signed by over 550 prominent celebrities, directors and artists, including Florence Pugh, Pedro Pascal, and Billie Eilish, accused the federal government of a coordinated campaign to silence critics in the government, media, academia, and the entertainment industry. The group vowed to resist what it characterized as an assault on fundamental freedoms. 2. The White House response. Invoking Hanoi Jane. The White House, which has been criticized for targeting various celebrities and media organizations, swiftly added Fonda to its list of public critics. White House spokeswoman Abigail Jackson issued a sharp and specific statement to the press that immediately bypassed the merits of the First Amendment debate. The scathing term. Jackson deliberately referred to the actress by her decades-old, deeply controversial nickname Hanoi Jane. This name was given to Fonda following her 1972 trip to North Vietnam during the Vietnam War, where she publicly spoke against the U.S. military's policy and was famously photographed sitting on an anti-aircraft gun. The name is considered a symbol of treason by many veterans and conservatives. The full statement. The White House statement read: Hanoi Jane is free to share whatever bad opinions she wants. As someone who actually knows what it's like to be censored, President Trump is a strong supporter of free speech, and Democrat allegations to the contrary are so false, they're laughable. The political tactic. By using Hanoi Jane, the White House successfully pivoted the public discussion away from the allegations of free speech infringement and toward Fonda's decades-old political baggage, immediately questioning her patriotism and credibility. 3. The context and history of the attack. The nature of the White House response is consistent with its past strategy of using historical context or personal attacks to discredit opponents. The significance of Hanoi Jane for American veterans and conservatives. The nickname represents a line of unforgivable political protest. While Fonda has repeatedly expressed deep regret for the photograph and clarified that her protests were against the government and not the troops, the image and the nickname remain a powerful political weapon. Expanding the target list. The use of such a pointed, personal, and historically charged slur against Fonda aligns with the White House's practice of publicly antagonizing liberal celebrities and media figures, effectively making Fonda the newest high-profile name in a larger culture war narrative. 4. Jane Fonda's stance and the larger fight. A representative for Jane Fonda declined to issue a direct comment on the White House spokeswoman's use of the Hanoi Jane term, signaling an attempt to keep the focus on the substantive issue of free speech. Standing firm on free speech, Fonda continues to frame the relaunch of the CFA not as a partisan attack, but as an essential, nonpartisan defense of the First Amendment, which she sees as under unprecedented assault. A call for mobilization. In her communications, Fonda has stressed the urgency of the moment, telling her peers the stakes are too high and silence is too costly. The conflict has thus become a microcosm of the larger political and cultural battle between a prominent celebrity-led opposition and a White House willing to use powerful, historical slurs to undercut its critics.